Both these teams looking for a strong start. It was a slow start last game, just 5 shots in the first period combined.
Toronto, Minnesota, both teams just 1 win away from playing Boston for the Walter Cup. Game 5 starts now. Toronto wins the opening faceoff. Jocelyn Larocque feeds it up to Emma Malte, a top line redefined for this game. Toronto has been good on the faceoffs, but they pretty much split it even with Minnesota in game number 4, a double overtime, goalless game, the 1-0 finish, the first ever 1-0 finish in PWHL history. Boreen looks to feed it to Zumwinkle. Top line going to work. That one skims by. A top line for Minnesota that has yet to score, but put together 33 shots through the first 4 games. Now Renata Fast and Blair Turnbull drives the net, pick up the middle of the ice. Throw the shot down low, give some space. Emma Malte rims it around. Callie Flanagan in blue. Loose puck.
Well, the start right now for both teams looks a little bit better, and the passing has been better. First period of the last game, they looked a little nervous. There were a lot of turnovers. But you look at this Heisey pass right here. It looks like she's out of space, a little behind the back, tape to tape. That's a nice breakout to give her team the chance to have some offensive zone time.
It brings the action into Minnesota's end. Battle for it, Sarah Nurse. She's taken the most face-offs for Toronto, sitting at a positive percentage, 50.9% here. Melissa Channel just settling it back. You've got to think, Becky, how important these goals are, given that in this series so far, when one team scores, the other just hasn't.
Well, it's been such a low-scoring affair, these games, other than the 4-0 game 1.
And there's a hit to get the crowd into it, and it has been as expected, as advertised in the PWHL. Fast, physical, skilled hockey. Plenty of hits delivered, a number of players with far more hits than shots on goal. Emma Greco goes to collect behind the net. Shakes off Howard now in front. Victoria Bach with a chance. Victoria Bach's minutes have actually been on a bit of a decline game by game, but coming out strong here for Toronto in the start.
Well, she sees herself on the 3rd line, and she's been playing 4th line and 4th line minutes.
And now Rebecca Leslie, of course, moving up in the line after Natalie Spooner's injury in game 3. Natalie Spooner getting a big applause during the national anthem, and what a takeaway there. Samantha Kogan just serving it up down deep, going on the forecheck.
She's been a good energy player for this Toronto team as well.
That's a great word, Becky. Energy, that's what we're sensing from both these two teams. It is a must win. There's no more in this series. The winner goes on to face Boston in the first ever PWHL finals. Battle in Toronto's end, and the crowd into it. Toronto head coach Troy Ryan saying it's always great to have a crowd like this, but he finds it's the team's responsibility to make sure the crowd is energized.
Well, and absolutely. I mean, it's very easy to get the crowd back out of it as well. And so for Minnesota, that's exactly what you're trying to do, is silence this crowd.
And Grace Zumwinkle trying to stick handle her way through that situation. It's taken away by Renata Fast. Caitlin Willoughby cutting through, but back in the neutral zone. Minnesota regrouping. Steckline finds channel. That one blocked right in front by Turnbull. Toronto showing signs of their style of play. Largely absent in the last game. Now Renata Fast feeds it far side.
Their style of play is hard and heavy, and you're right, getting pucks in deep, getting on it quick.
Turnbull manages to get a shot off. Sharp angle, now up to Flanagan. Flanagan with speed, takes the shot long. That one catches Sophie Jakes. Right in front, Sophie Jakes has been tremendous for her team, scoring her first PWHL point. Assisting the overtime game winner Wednesday night. Abby Boreen tried to get that shot off, but a blocked shot brings it back into the neutral zone. 2:27s going at it. Heisey and Malte center ice. Now Toronto.
All two of your top rookies as well, and Heisey. We hadn't talked about her being a rookie, but she is. And
flying in is Kelly Panic, looking to drive the action all the way to the net. she's pushed off the puck. Good hit by Renata Fast, and then another one there delivered by Hannah Miller. Hannah Miller with just 6 shots in this series, 8 hits coming into this game. Right in front, another chance. That one catching the post. Minnesota going very similar to playing to how they won that overtime game winner. Kelly Panic with a shot. Goes just wide. Steckline from the point feeds to Bookbinder. Bookbinder finds the lane into the glove of Kristen Campbell.
Well, what a great shift from this line, and exactly what we'd expect. You give your top 2 lines out there, but it's the physical play to start with. Kendall Coyne, Schofield gets in quick on the forecheck, and she takes that hit from Allie Monroe. And Victoria Bach, who's, like we said, playing on the 3rd line, may see a little bit more ice, comes out of the corner, rips this one, trying to go short side. Rooney makes the save.
And Coyne Schofield, obviously the captain of Minnesota, veteran now. Claire Budarak, who scored that game winner in overtime, the hero in Minnesota. The puck gets taken away there. Solid play by Toronto, carry it out, but it's turned over. Steckline flips it down, looking to find Krizova. There's the first penalty of the game. It'll be a tripping call against Krizova, and Toronto going on the power play. Board battle to start. Captain off the body of Larock. Fast. They trade passes. Taking some time, bringing it in closer. Hannah Miller in the slot. Popped up, Sarah Nurse goes to collect feed back to Maggie Connors, out to Miller. Back to Nurse this time. Trying to get in close. Maggie Connors back out to Renata Fast. Toronto on the power play, Larock back down. Sarah Nurse battling for it. Solid defense by Melissa Channel and Kelly Panic. And now Larock to Fast. Body's in the way, back out to Miller. She shoots, and it's stopped by Rooney.
She gets a little more of a shot off. Rooney makes the save, but she's a strong, solid body in front and replacing Natalie Spooner, who tends to be your net front presence. She's out in the bumper, gets that opportunity as well, and Rooney, who has been so solid.
Now another chance. Miller actually does have a power play goal against Minnesota, but that was on the regular season. Toronto was able to put together 4 regular season power play goals through 4 games against Minnesota prior to playoffs. 2 of those from Natalie Spooner, not in this game. 1 from Miller and 1 from Flanagan. Now coming down, Victoria Bach. Bookbinder gets there first. Dead back, Steckline. Greco flips it out. The crowd rallying behind their team.
Well, it's all about the recovery in the corners, and it was Minnesota who got on that puck quickest. Toronto wants to get on those loose pucks just a little quicker, outnumber the penalty kill.
Allie Monroe looking to send it deep into the zone, not quite. It's bumped out, Renata Fast. Now circling back.
That's good patience just to allow your team to get that change.
Melissa Channel rubbing out Rebecca Leslie. And Emma Malte now feeling the pressure from Sophie Jakes. Just 1 shot on goal for that power play. Toronto, another chance right in front. It's saved by Rooney. A battle at the dot, and Toronto now looking to regroup. Still on the attack, Blair Turnbull. She's got 2 goals so far. Larock, it's wide, then catches the body in front. Malte was there, Comfer down low, trying to get up on Channel, and she runs into an official. Renata Fast regroups, shakes off Kendall Coyne Schofield. Not an easy feat. And those 2 have been fun to watch this series.
They've been very fun to watch, and it's nice, deceptive little shimmy, and finds her ice and breaks the puck out.
Centering feed just goes a little too far. Claire DeGeorge with a stick on it. Flips it down. Sophia Cunnin trying to get her stick on it. Sent back by Channel. Channel, an Ontario native, playing for Minnesota. Battle behind Kristen Campbell's net. She's faced 1 shot so far. Sarah Nurse carrying it out. She gets by. Nifty move. Maggie Connors rims it around.
I don't think she realized she had Hannah Miller driving the net.
Sarah Nurse trying to feed it back. Quick work there. Miller slips up on the back. I mean, that's the other thing. This is a change in lines for these players. Something that they're used to, but didn't have to worry about too much in the first few games. And a shot towards the net goes into the glove of Rooney. 16 hits coming into this game 5. She played 35 minutes. It was about 35 and a half in game 4. Game that went to double overtime. Just shy of 85 minutes of game time.
Her ice time all season has been remarkable, and yet she doesn't seem to slow down.
On the point, second line to Boreen, out to Zumwinkle, shot. It's saved. It's helped out big time by Ali Monroe. Campbell without a stick now, still trying to track the puck. Toronto battling to get out of their own zone. That was very close. Turnbull sends it around. Malte. Minnesota has been opportunistic. I keep thinking back to that Denisa Krizova goal in game 3 to put Minnesota up 2-0.
Of course, a couple of near misses too, and same thing in game 4, one that just trickled out the side.
Claire Budarak comes through center ice, looking to feed it to Krizova. Bit of a bounce, taken back. Samantha Kogan working with Rougeau. Now Vasco, she feeds it out. Willoughby looking up ice. Liz Sheppers so quick with her stick on it. Sheppers 3 assists in the series. It's an icing call. And so we meet stick side of Campbell. Toronto zone. One-timer by Flaherty. She got Minnesota's first game-winning goal on their home ice Monday. Greco, she sets up, long shot, goes wide. Flaherty far side picks it up. Carries it all the way in, close quarters. Bad save, rebound, collected. Minnesota, Greco feeds it out. One-timer, that one catches bodies in front, back out behind the net of Campbell, but Minnesota's swarming now. Greco from the line. From the blue line, down to Kelly Panic. Vasco and Knowles battling in blue. Now Greco gets it again. And she manages to hold it in. Coyne Schofield now with a shot. That's off Knowles there. Channel. Toronto doing all they can to stave off this onslaught by Minnesota, coming in so close to Campbell's net. Back out Channel. Must win, looking for a first goal. Sophie Jakes. A loose puck. It gets batted back by Michaela Kappa. She's off for a change. Olivia Knowles offering some relief. Can't quite connect with Willoughby. It'll be an icing call. Zumwinkle with a quick one-timer off the draw. Block shots, of course, another big story in this series. Minnesota having quite an edge on that coming into this, but solid work by Toronto to clog the slot. Zumwinkle can't get by. Howard gets the puck out to Bach. They trade back and forth, carrying it over the blue lines, rimmed around. Bach far side in the corner, back out to Brittany Howard. Chance here, Leslie circles back, forced to redirect. Steckline. Calm behind the net of Maddie Rooney. Another board battle, this time movement. There were a number of board battles that were to be whistled in game 4.
Well, and that's why you start to wonder if the fatigue sets in. It's not the case right now. They're battling, creating those loose pucks and getting out of the board battle.
Peggy Connors trying to get around Jakes. Shot by LaRock. Can't get off. Connors looking to pass out to Fast. Gets it back at center ice. She'll set up again off the glass. Anna Miller circling down low, now chasing far side. Sophia Cunnin uses it in the neutral zone.
Defensive play through the neutral zone to seal that off.
Time winding down here in the first period, but collectively much better shots on goal tally. Now a chance, Connors, sharp angle, cleared out in the slot, but Flanagan fires it back. Now Sarah Nurse working to get around Greco, backhand shot. Takes it to Ali Monroe, far side. Now Nurse gets it back, Nurse in front, Hannah Miller. She opts for the pass to Malte. Malte now looking for a lane, a chance. She rims it around. Flanagan near side. Quick stick by Fleming. Jumping on it. What a battle. Toronto gets it back, forced into the neutral zone. Sarah Nurse now looking for a shot, gets it, saved by Rooney. Play continues.
You wondered when Nurse took that puck back out of the zone, but then she created a great opportunity off the entry.
Fleming pops it back out into the neutral zone, but not a fast. Feeds to Malte. Here they come. Toronto with a shot. That was a nifty move. What an effort by Renata Fast to try to get that first goal on the board. On Wednesday in Game 4, these two teams combined for 8 shots on goal, so already a much stronger start to what we saw midweek. We wish we could say it was a one-off, but it was a low-shooting affair. Toronto ended with just 11 shots on goal in regulation, a season low for this team back in Game 4. So essentially tied with where they are right now. Back down low to the near corner. Connors and Nurse trying to work it out for the team in blue, but Minnesota on the rush. Kelly Panic. She's got Jakes and Boreen with her. Quick stick by Fast, saves that one for Toronto. Panic gets it back, long shot, flash of leather. Campbell with a save. Both teams still looking for the first goal. Cava out to Bookbinder. Working with Taylor Heisey down low. Taylor Heisey neutralizes. Renata Fast just lays a hit, and Bookbinder on the chase with Malte. Can't get there fast enough. It's an icing call.
Taylor Heisey won a couple really big ones in the last game.
This could set them up right now. She does get the puck out. Her team is going to get possession. Billward battle, though. Heisey along with Cava. Cava gets it out to Heisey. Taylor Heisey. That effort stopped. Big collapse there. Fast and Larock. Now Bookbinder back to Steckline. Shoots off the body of Comfer. Jesse Comfer getting the Game 2 game-winning goal for Toronto on this very ice.
Did a really
exactly 1 week ago.
Great job to get out in that shot lane.
Schofield cleared. DeGeorge works to get it back out to Steckline. Now Cunnin just blows past. She gets a stick on it again. Now Sophia Cunnin setting up. Getting around. Feed to Sophie Jakes, and it's saved by Campbell.
Taylor Heisey, who is such a dangerous player one-on-one. You know Toronto recognizes this, because when the puck pops out of the pack, they are on her quickly, trying to take her out of the play. She had a couple really good one-on-ones last game.
Taylor Heisey finished the regular season with 4 goals, 2 of those against Toronto. Now Allie Monroe! And the puck is steered away by Cunnin. Not quite. Rebecca Leslie with a shot and the save by Rooney. Tensions boiling over Game 5. It's a must-win. Team's not liking what happened in front of the crease.
Well, you knew there was going to be a little bit of emotion in this game. Rooney with another big save. Toronto comes down the ice, gets a point-blank scoring opportunity. She gets out and she gets big. This again, it's just a quick break. Good back check on this initial play. Toronto's able to recover this puck, get the shot off. Rooney gets out. Rooney out so far. You can always see her out at the edge of her crease, cutting down the angle for a smaller goaltender.
Leslie with 5 shots on goal in the series. She was unable to get a shot off in Game 4. Strong effort here in Game 5. Larock beats Panic to it. Now Hannah Miller, far side, goes cross ice. Chase is on Connors. A win in the faceoff circle for Minnesota. Zumwinkle. She's steered into the near wall. Panic, but it's taken away by Sarah Nurse. Up to Maggie Connors. She has some room. She's forced to the outside by Channel. Sharp angle. Open to reach Miller. Now Larock gets it back down to Nurse. Nurse with a shot right in front. But it's all Minnesota white jerseys in the slot.
Just looking to chip it out, get it to safety.
Comfer, she was hoping to fly in. Get a turnover. That'll be offside. At center ice, Turnbull and Sheppers. Turnbull leading Toronto in goals with 2. All of those in game one, her first ever two-goal game. Came in the playoffs, fed through the legs by Knowles. Solid play, but we're back out into Toronto and Rougeau. Chased down by Grisova. Knoll looking for the feed up to Confer. Bounces off the body, Malte comes in. He circles back. Pushed off the puck, collision now. Victoria Bach to Knowles. That could have connected, but it gets a piece of Rooney. Flanagan from the point. Looking for Knowles down low.
I don't know if she realized she had Rebecca Leslie coming in the high slot.
Flanagan back out to Leslie. And Victoria Bach yet again rubbed out by Kendall Coyne-Schofield.
Coyne-Schofield takes an awful lot of hits, but she throws them as well.
Ali Monroe trying to clear it out. Minnesota gets it back. Sends it deep. We're in the last minute of the opening frame, still looking for a first goal. We have had 3 scoreless first periods in this series. Coyne-Schofield gets it back. She circles back. It's loose. Quick shot by Flaherty in the glove. Campbell with the save.
Campbell gets that glove out and is able to catch that puck. And once again, Minnesota throwing everything on net from the point, seeing if they can get traffic. But Campbell gets out and is able to see it. Kendall Coyne-Schofield with just a great evasive move. There's that one-time shot from the point.
This physical battle now to clear it out. Turnbull. Solid work by Abby Boreen with the pressure, but now Blair Turnbull with speed, taking it far side. He's forced all the way to the outside. Pushing up on Sophie Jakes. No call there. Minnesota goes the other way. Steckline up to Boreen.
That's a hit you want to be careful of. She's just that little ways from the board, and boards, that's kind of dangerous.
Fast to Malte. Now Connors, final 5 seconds. Can they get a shot off to close out this period? There's the buzzer. That'll do it. A very strong effort when it comes to shots on goal. Toronto 13-7.
Coach, you mixed up your lines because you said you wanted a better start. I know you didn't score, but is it safe to say mission accomplished?
Yeah, we're happy with our start for sure. Great energy, and everybody's going tonight, so we're in a good spot.
Same goes for the power play. Didn't find the back of the net, but looks much improved from what we saw in Minnesota.
Yeah, a lot of it's attitude, and I thought they had a mentality of trying to get some pucks to the net and causing some havoc, so we're pleased to start.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Who will break through for the first goal tonight? Second period underway. A must win. This series is over tonight, no matter what. Right in front, a chance here. Jakes feeds it out to Heisey with a shot. Cava on the doorstep. Check that, make it Coyne-Schofield. He's net front, waiting for it. Back out to Turnbull. Toronto on the move. The captain driving the net. Taking it behind, Bookbinder for Minnesota. Chasing down Turnbull, LaRock. Being pressured by Cava and Steckline. Good feed out. Nearly creating a chance for Minnesota. Ali Monroe. Sends it up, Malte to Nurse. Now Nurse cutting through, drawing some attention. Taking it all the way around. Connors speeds it back. Jakes will battle with Nurse. Now down low, Panic. Toronto gonna get it back. Hannah Miller out. Callie Flanagan.
Good hand-eye by Callie Flanagan to knock that puck down, keep it under her shoulders, and send it back in.
Grace Sumwinkle. Had the pass to Channel, knocked off some skates, and still the attention on Minnesota's end of the ice. Back out. Now Ali Monroe. Sophie Jakes trying to handle it, get it out to Denisa Kruzova. Jakes again.
Toronto went on a change. There was nobody on that near side boards for support.
Now Brittany Howard. She led the team in shots the first 2 games.
She's been a player that's been all around it, and she can really grip the puck. So if she gets a chance, and she's got a shoot first mentality.
Malte out to Knowles. Knowles through traffic, it just skims by. Boreen battling. Blair Turnbull. Comfort down low. Maggie Flaherty absolutely great with the hits to free the puck. Now another chance coming through. Comfort, Leslie out rather to Larocque. Through, right in front, Turnbull's there, Comfort's there. But so is Maddie Rooney. Covers it up.
Well, once again, we keep talking about it. It's like we're beating a dead horse here, but go to the net, and you're going to get rewarded. And so that's exactly what Toronto is doing. And it's Turnbull that comes in late, drives into the crease to see if she can create anything. Rooney gets her glove on it. But for a team that has struggled to create offense, that's both of these teams, that sometimes is the recipe.
Or Minnesota just watching it go by. Channel out to Jakes. Now a chance right in front. That was Victoria Bach, just couldn't settle it. Cross crease. Brittany Howard gets it back, puts it off the back of the net. Kept in Howard and Bach. Buzzing around. Leslie trying to go up to Allie Monroe. Hard shot. It's turned aside by Rooney. But back in the Minnesota zone, Rebecca Leslie. Sophie Jakes doing the work for Minnesota. Now out and Howard sends it back. Toronto with another change, another chance now in the Minnesota zone. If they can get to it. Connors coming through. She has Nurse with her. Nurse back to Connors, and it's kicked out. Connors again. Toronto setting up Nurse. They've had plenty of time here in the second period. Connors to Miller. Doesn't connect. Miller gets it back. Out to Spoot. Nurse, and kicked out by Connors. Minnesota trying to regroup here, get this puck out of their own end. Connors and Rougeau now in blue. Jakes in the mix for Minnesota. It's rimmed around. Nurse collects it far side, puts a shot on Rooney. Another chance by Connors. Toronto in a groove here.
Toronto just throwing absolutely everything at the net, all of it coming off a heavy pressure, and Minnesota just got away with one at the bench.
Yeah, hit there now. Kelly Panic taking it the other way. Knowles trying to cut through that one. A little feed out, looking to find Britton Fleming. Cunnin trying to get around Larocque. Fleming, Comfer collects it. Cunnin gets it back. Minnesota now setting up net front. Looking back for DeGeorge, out to Steckline. Bookbinder, back to Steckline. With a shot through traffic, it's wide. Catches bodies in front, maybe got a piece of Britton Fleming. She's headed off to the bench. Minnesota now with some pressure. Toronto heavily out shooting Minnesota at this time, 21-7. Claire DeGeorge gets it back. Now a chance for Flaherty in through traffic. It's wide once more. Trying to set up those screens. Rushing to it is Coyne. Schofield gets it out. Now a chance. Flaherty. High that time. What a shot. Maggie Flaherty, a defender, doing what she can. And the physical play goes on. Heisey through to Cava. Back to Heisey. Right in front. And it catches the side of the net. Minnesota driving the action. Heisey out net front. Who will get to the puck first? Campbell. And it's whistled down. Minnesota would love to change that. Neither team has been able to score on the power play in this series. And Toronto's actually had some great short-handed chances, but Minnesota has not allowed a single short-handed goal this entire season, regular and playoffs.
That was a great forecheck by Emma Malte up at the blue line to read that she had a beat on that puck and get it out.
Grace Sumwinkle driving the action near side. Swift work by Renata Fast. Close out that lane, slow it down. Panic out to Cava to the line. Jakes. Toronto trying to get their sticks on it. Larocque, Comfer now. But Jakes through traffic, right in front. Panic off the post. They score! Denisa Kruzova opens it up for Minnesota.
There's your first power play goal. You knew someone had to break eventually. Denise Krizova with this one gets Minnesota on the board. And, you know, this turns into a bit of a scramble, and it comes from a play up top. Toronto thinks they've got a beat. They go up hard. The puck gets put back down low. Toronto goes up. They don't get to that puck. Comes back down low. We got a player all wide open in front. Campbell makes the initial. And they're able to put this one in. All sorts of time to make that play. Of course, it goes through Campbell, bounces right back out.
Minnesota with a 1-0 lead, and they do it on the power play. The first team in this series. It has taken 5 games to get there. Toronto looking to even things out right away. Another chance right in front. Minnesota now with momentum. They were 0 for 12 against Toronto coming into this game. And combined, it was 0 for 22 prior to Denise Krizova's opening goal.
Well, it just seemed like a matter of time before something broke, and both teams getting good looks on the power play.
Another chance now. Victoria Bach to Rebecca Leslie. She scores! Rebecca Leslie, first ever playoff goal, and it's tying up Game 5, a must-win to go through and play for the Walter Cup.
This is huge for Toronto to be able to respond this quickly, and this is a line of players like all the lines right now that is newly formed, but they have a ton of skill. They create a 2-on-1. It's great patience just to hesitate, wait, take that puck outside, find Rebecca Leslie driving the net. Again, the key to success, drive the net. She gets a touch on that puck, ties this game up.
And Becky, our first game of the series that won't end in a shutout. Both teams officially on the board in a game in this series.
Well, for Toronto, you want to get this crowd back into it. Minnesota scores on the power play, silences the crowd. Toronto gets them right back into it.
It's Toronto's first goal since they were here 1 week ago. Game 2 fast out to Nurse, looking to get a go-ahead. Now Miller, taking it back to Maggie Connors. Back up, fast, through traffic. Nurse does get a stick on it. Back out, Connors. That gives Sophia Cunnin a chance to get her stick on it. LaRock feeds it back, Connors. Far side, Fleming. Cunnin now, she takes a shot. Driving the action down low. Taking it around, Jakes. Cross ice, Channel. That one deflected out. And Hannah Miller plays it out to Maggie Connors.
That's a beautiful breakout pass from Renata Fast right through the middle of the ice. She knows where the opening is. She hits the middle, gets her team out of trouble.
Victoria Bach and Brittany Howard with the assists on the Rebecca Leslie goal. Those are first playoff points for that entire line. Now Taylor Heisey cutting through, looking for some space and a chance to go across ice. Hatcoin Schofield far side. That keeps it in for Minnesota. Jakes jumps to it. Hit on Malte. And adding now Coyne Schofield to Channel. Back down, Heisey. She's kept off the puck. Turnbull. Crowd fully into it inside Coca-Cola Coliseum. It's been sold out all 3 games that they've been here. Race to the puck. Campbell directs it to the outside.
Great defensive position from Turnbull.
Zumwinkle circles back, feeds it out. Panic with the shot. It just goes off the bodies. Panic again. That one kicked aside by Campbell.
And that may be the best save of the game so far by Kristen Campbell. Kelly Panic gets herself wide open in the slot to get that shot off.
Now Turnbull looking to play it out, and Panic did have the primary assist, as we saw on the Krizova goal that opened things up here in the second period. Steckline going for the clear, gets it into the neutral zone. Boreen, the hit on by Fast, but Panic now swoops in, has Krzyzova in the slot. No call there. Fast with the play. Trusting her teammates, Rebecca Leslie with the goal for Toronto, looking to add to it. Feet in front, catches players. Now back behind the net. Bach kept in by Larocque, helped out by Miller and Rougeau. Another chance, Claire Budarak. She's sending it down, working along with Abby Boreen. In blue, Larocque and Rougeau. Crowd cheering on their team. Let's go, TO. We have another penalty, a tripping call. First game with a tying goal in this series. Now, Michaela Cava looking to send it out, and we're on the power play with Minnesota, the first team to score a power play marker in this series. That's what opened scoring earlier. Panic getting the assist on that, her first playoff point. Now out to Jake, she's added another assist. Cava looking to feed to Panic. Fast is out there now. Jocelyn Larocque is the one in the penalty box. Of course, one of Toronto's best defenders along with Fast. Cava looking for a lane. Slips on the ice now. Krzyzova right in front. Nearly gets by. Grace Zumwink recollects. Now Cava. Zumwinkle's one-timer doesn't quite fire. She has a really wicked shot.
Some changes to this power play, and one is Kelly Panic, net front.
Zumwinkle now driving it. Near side, forced to the perimeter. And a good clear. Certainly steered that way by Toronto's defense. This gives a chance, short-handed. What an effort there by Nurse. Caitlin Willoughby goes around. Collects it behind. Pressure. This is a Minnesota power play. We're gonna break out. Boreen. Now Allie Monroe. She's hit off the puck by Melissa Channel. They get to digging along the board. Where is the puck? There's 3 Minnesota players. It'll be whistled. Still on the power play though, Minnesota. Jakes over to Channel. Channel with a long shot, and that goes wide. Does get a piece of Campbell. Taylor Heisey coming through, takes a shot. What a beautiful shot, a great save by Campbell.
Well, for Taylor Heisey, this starts with her sealing off the boards, reacting, recognizing where this puck's gonna go on the loose puck. She goes right to the boards, intercepts that, and then it's just that walk to the middle of the ice that she is so good at, so dangerous.
Of course, they would have loved to sweep the series, but when you get an opportunity, a must-win game, how do you step up? Who will be the hero? Becky, you asked that earlier, and right now we have a tie game, first ever in this series. Howard rims it around. Rudy with a quick play. Bach sets up net front. Renata Fast. She's bullied off the puck there. Swift work by Krzyzova. Zumwinkle chases it down.
Good job by Rebecca Leslie to take Zumwinkle out and allow Larocque to pick that puck up.
In through center ice is Brittany Howard. She has an assist on Toronto's first goal of the evening. Her first playoff point. But Abby Boreen, she has space, takes the shot. It's saved by Campbell. Jakes keeps it in, and he's been so strong from the point for Minnesota. Rougeau and Knowles working. Maggie Connors looking to wrap around and get that stick on the puck. Now Channel back out to Jakes. Sends it down, looking for Cunnin. Fleming. Claire DeGeorge trying to get her stick on it. Channel pots it back. Knowles collects it off the block. Feeds it back out. Now Channel again. Toronto Toronto's efforts to get it out of the zone thwarted, but here comes Sarah Nurse. DeGeorge beats her to it. Connors flies far side. Nurse trying to feed it back out. Miller. There's a channel once more. Directing traffic for Minnesota, feeds it into the far corner. They go for a change into the neutral zone now. Hannah Miller in the slot. Oh, the drop pass. It gets taken by Heisey and Cava. LaRock fires it out to Comfort and Miller. Another chance for Toronto. Takeaway there by Bookbinder. And now Cava. She feeds it to Taylor Heisey. It gets blocked. That was a dangerous play. Would have looked really good for Minnesota. Heisey cutting through, finding the middle. And now a chance. Another one. Jessie Comfort. Can't settle the puck fast enough, but what a play.
That puck was just bobbling on her. She would have been off to the races. By the time she tried to pat it down, gave Minnesota an opportunity to get back and shut down that play.
Leslie to Turnbull. Back out. Back from the point. Flanagan feeding it. Molte. Pressing. Panic. Now a chance again. Emma Molte looking for some room, some space. Finds the shot. Blocked in front. Panic and Bookbinder doing that work. Kept in by Flanagan. Heads up play. Far side. Toronto getting a quick change, but Krzyzova and Zumwinkle not quite. Stolen away.
Krzyzova went to make that move, and she's shifty. You got to watch her, and Toronto takes the body and is able to shut it down, but there's a player you definitely want to watch.
Krzyzova scoring her second goal of the playoffs to open things here in the second period. 2.5 to go in the middle frame. An exciting one. It started scoreless, and now we have our first ever tied game in this series. Bach bounced off the puck. Now Brittany Howard. He's driving the action. Force to the near wall. Out from Bach. Finds fast, quick one-timer. Back down. Howard backhand. Still in play.
Howard to righty. If she'd been a lefty, that one would have come right back out to her.
Oh, but it gets back out to Brittany Howard. What will she do? Tries to get the shot through. Solid work by Flaherty to close out that lane right in front. Nurse feeds it out to Connors. Now Howard ready to jump on that. Claire Buderak gets the puck down. Minnesota goes for the change. Approaching the final minute 30. Hannah Miller so fast. Nurse look to throw it on the net. Gives Minnesota room to move. Claire DeGeorge getting by Knowles. Another chance. Minnesota off the draw. Heisey collects it in the near corner. Trying to get it back out. Point Schofield feeds to Bookbinder. Cava setting up Heisey. Plombed up slot. Heisey one hard shot down. Trying to take a different approach, of course. Her teammates working down low. Emma Molte, the crowd rallying her, but she's still forced to find some room. Down low to Comfer. Kept in by Turnbull. In the final minute of the second period. Both teams looking to get a lead. Cava and Connors. Fast with the play off the boards, but Kelly Panic brings it in. Finds Zumwinkle far side. Sarah Nurse gets the puck out of the Toronto end, and just as quickly it's sent back, approaching the final 10 seconds here in the middle frame. Both teams scoring in the second period.
Coach, surprise, surprise, tie game going into the third period. What was the message to the players in the room?
Yeah, just keep battling. I mean, they're battling their hearts out. I think both teams are giving everything they have. It's going to come down to who can bear down and put another one in the net, it looks like. So it's going to be an exciting finish.
Gotta ask, you've been in 2 Game 7s in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and now you're doing this. Which one's more nerve-wracking?
It's tougher behind the bench for sure. That is, when you're playing, you're into it, you're playing, but definitely tougher behind the bench.
Thanks so much. Good luck.
You bet. Thanks.
And here we are, game 5, tied at 1, heading into the third period. On the line, a chance to play for the Walter Cup. Minnesota comes away with it. Not clean at center ice, Jesse Confer. Hitting Minnesota off the puck, and Coyne Schofield capitalizes so fast. There's fast on that assignment. Back out to Confer. Taken away. Cava with a quick feed to Taylor Heisey. Heisey hoping to feed it out to Coyne Schofield. She's in a battle with Jocelyn Larocque. Blair Turnbull certainly throwing her weight around on the ice tonight.
Coyne Schofield in another battle, and again, we pointed out how many battles she engages in, and definitely just a physical presence.
Now Minnesota looking to set something up. Kelly Panic with an assist already, drives towards the net. He's hoping to lift the puck up. Get it on Campbell. She puts a quick stick on it. Toronto will steer it out of their own end. Had so many tight games in this series, but never a tied game with goals on the board. Certainly had a goalless tie in game 4. Extended all the way to a double overtime. That was Wednesday. So these two teams coming off a long series made longer by that effort Wednesday night. The game-winning scorer, Claire Budorak, out on the ice right now, number 7 for Minnesota.
Well, I think for a while when you looked at the overtime games, Boston and Montreal, you thought they were going to be the team that had the fatigue, the tired legs, but now this series, of course, going to the 5th game.
Yeah, they've had a chance to rest since Tuesday. They closed it out, and they did so on home ice. Chasing it down is Brittany Howard. Quick work by Steckline to snuff that out. And Boreen plays it up to Budorak. Giving chases Rebecca Leslie. Forced to cover it up, and here we go.
Well, of course, Claire DeGeorge coming hard to the net. Sprays a little snow on Kristen Campbell, so you know Toronto's going to take exception to that. That's one of those fine lines that you have as a player that you don't want to wind up with a sportsmanlike penalty. Of course, the puck had just come to Kristen Campbell, so...
From the point, blocked in front by Turnbull. Fleming finds Bookbinder again. She'll create some space, feed it down to George. Back out. Toronto on the move. Leslie to Malte. She's pushed off the puck by Natalie Bookbinder. Steckline feeds it through, finds Fleming, bounces off her stick. It's Toronto sometime chasing it down. Flanagan. Sophia Cunnin. Back out, Sarah Nurse. The pace of this game as well, so much faster than what we've seen in the last 2 games. One of these two teams is closing out their inaugural campaign tonight.
Well, the certainties of life. Death, taxes, and somebody is ending their season tonight.
Taylor Heisey looking for the feed out to Cava. Coming close, Jakes sends it back down. Monroe puts a stick on it, and Allie Monroe came in clutch in the first period. Still thinking back to that potential goal by Grace Zumwinkle. She's still looking for her first of the playoffs.
She's had a couple near misses, one tonight, one in the last game, that have just trickled through the goaltender, not gone in.
Yeah, and Allie Monroe was able to just get a stick on it and clear it out. Harkins back to Ella Shelton in the gold medal game of the world for right now. Game 5, elimination on the line, a chance to play for the finals, and the urgency being felt here inside Coca-Cola Coliseum.
Well, and you're starting to see it with Minnesota right now, and the way they're coming back through the neutral zone, making it very difficult for Toronto to get through with any speed.
Kelly Panic cutting through off the near wall, trying to split the difference there. And get through Larocque and Fast.
Oh, great defensive play by Fast. It's just body position.
And that gets the puck out to Emma Malte. Takes a shot. It's saved by Rooney. What a play there.
Well, now Malte had a conversation with her coach after the last game. He said, you got to try to get to the middle of the ice more, and she does that on this opportunity. Gets to the middle of the ice with good timing. Once again, cuts back into the middle of the ice to release this shot. She's got net traffic going, and so Rooney's got to be strong, make sure she smothers this puck.
Sarah Nurse takes the face off, gets the win, gets it back out to Fast. She can't fire. Foot race, Larocque calm, using the near wall, gets it back down. Kluterak pulls it off the wall. And Minnesota certainly coming back strong with shots through the second period and even into the third here. They just trailed 20-26, certainly a greater deficit in the first period. Flanagan back out to Monroe. Abby Boreen on the forecheck. Bounced out, Channel. Catches a corner, and Fleming with the feed to Claire D. George right in front. What a play by Monroe to stop that. Malte cross ice. That one for Comfer. Intercepted by Channel. Monroe to shake off this pressure deep in Toronto's zone. Claire Turnbull composed with speed. Cuts through, drop pass to Comfer. Rimmed around out to the far side. Lauriane Rougeau stops the puck in its tracks, and Toronto sets up again in the neutral zone.
Well, Turnbull certainly has her legs under her on this shift and has all game. You see her bringing the puck up the ice, getting it in deep, coming back, picking it up in the neutral zone. She's everywhere right now.
Coyne Schofield gets around, forces the stick off out of Rougeau's hands. Fast back out on the ice, a save by Campbell, nearly second chance by Coyne. Feeds it back to Cava. Steckline, high slot, shot, it's just wide. Heisey throws it back on. What an effort from this line. Taylor Heisey back out to Bookbinder. Wind up shot, up bodies in front, another bounce. That one does not reach the net.
Boy,
Minnesota.
That line has been so dangerous every time they've been on the ice. They've spent the bulk of their ice time in the offensive zone, creating chances.
What a start here to the third period. Minnesota setting up once more. Kelly Panic drawing the attention her way. Fast and Nurse down low along with Larocque. Grace Zumwinkle nearly steers towards the net. One-timer from the point. Just to feed it down, Panic and Zumwinkle. That's where they've been staying tonight. We have a hooking call, and that will bring us our first penalty of the third period.
Jocelyn Larocque back to the penalty box on a kind of a can opener on Kelly Panic going into the corner. Those little subtle little hooks, but once that stick gets off the referee's arm goes up as well, and so Toronto back to the penalty kill, Minnesota back to the power play.
Now Jakes takes a shot right in front. It's still there. Kept out this time. Quick chip. Good play. Now out to Zumwinkle. From Jakes, a shot again. That one in the glove. Another one, a bounce. Kept out once more. Toronto takes it the other way. Short-handed. Malte didn't score on the power play this season, but has done it twice short-handed.
Well, this power play looks a lot different than what we've seen all series, and really what we've seen all year. And it really all starts with them winning the face-off. They've won so many in their own zone this game.
Now Kelly Panic. She's trying to cut through the sea of blue. Nurse to Monroe, and it is a Minnesota power play. Kruzova, Panic. He sends it back out. Cava, high slot Jakes. Zumwinkle settles it. Cross ice, Michaela Cava again looks for the lane. Zumwinkle catches her skate. Now Jakes again. She takes the shot. It's hard. Her point shots have been so dangerous. She was able to assist on the overtime game winner with a point shot. Sarah Nurse doing the work. Manages to get a backhand shot off. Catches the outside of the net, but a strong play by one of Toronto's star forwards. Fast. Covering all the angles. But Heisey to Steckline, they trade. Heisey scores! Just like that! Hello, Taylor Heisey, her first PWHL playoff goal.
Well, you knew it was only a matter of time, especially the way she's been playing over the last couple of games, and really only a matter of time before one of these power plays started to connect. This power play for Minnesota has been sleepy all season with personnel that you knew could accomplish great things, and they get possession in the zone. It's great puck movement up top, back over to Heisey. She's got room to move in. That's just a great shot with a presence in front in Sheppers. And she finds just inside the post on the glove side.
Minnesota regaining a one-goal lead. Now Toronto responded quickly the first time. Tonight, how will they do it here in this must-win Game 5 to advance to the PWHL Finals? Becky, as stated, the Minnesota power play struggled through the regular season, and here in the playoffs, Stecklein throws it on Campbell into the netting. In the defensive zone, Minnesota now tries to stave off that, just getting shots towards the net, and chase is on. These two teams have been solid on defense, but it's the offense now that's to add to it. Inside the Coca-Cola Coliseum, home crowd for Toronto trying to get back behind their team. And Minnesota also now has the edge on shots on goal for the first time in the game, 27-26. So 27 shots, number 27 finally scores the first overall draft pick for Minnesota. Now cross ice, that was a centering feed, LaRock. She's also got that powerful one-timer along with Callie Flanagan, those defenders. Heisey sends it back. Assisting on that Heisey goal, as mentioned, Stecklein, her second assist of the playoffs, while Kendall Coyne-Schofield gets her first playoff point as a secondary.
Well, and again, you could see it coming with that group of players, Coyne-Schofield as well. Heisey and Zumwinkle, they've been all around the net.
Kayla Cava, now Maggie Flaherty, sends it over to Emma Greco. A chance now for Minnesota to really shut things down. Howard and Bach. Certainly a position neither team has been in where goals are on the board for both teams, but Toronto has looked for goals in the third period and gotten it done here before. Fast. So shake off Abby Boreen. And if Minnesota goes through to the finals, here's a chance for Comfer back to Turnbull. Redirected off some skates in front. They're battling for it in the crease. They know how to come back and do what they can. We'll see. 8.5 minutes left, and right now a goal by Taylor Heisey standing as the game winner if Minnesota can close it out. And it would mean 2 semifinal upsets if Minnesota goes through the number 4 seed coming into the playoffs.
Well, of course, you're looking at a 16 league, and I've said from the start that if you make playoffs, you got a great chance of winning. You just got to get yourself in the door.
Absolutely. And building off the confidence as well, back-to-back wins, and not just wins, shutout wins by Minnesota.
Well, that'll be the difficulty right now for Toronto. This Minnesota team, the one thing that they have done well all season is defend.
Melissa Chow out to Cava. And you have to wonder, too, will you see a pulled goaltender? Coyne-Schofield cutting in. Allie Monroe. And to Sarah Nurse. A must-win game, sense of urgency. Who will be the hero? Sarah Nurse doing all the work. Maggie Connors with the feed. Hannah Miller! And it's blocked in front. Sophie Jakes able to come through for Minnesota.
I think Hannah Miller, it took her a second to realize that puck got all the way through and got onto her stick.
Miller feeds it back to Nurse. Goes cross crease there, and Boreen trying to jump on it. She's hit by Monroe just to slow that down. Under 7 minutes to go now. Liz Sheppers. She's been so good for Minnesota. 3 assists coming into this game. Leslie off the boards to Bach. Budarak bats at it. Now we're not a period begins to wind down, and Toronto looking for the equalizer. They need it if they want to keep their finals dreams alive. #1 team in the PWHL by a large margin. So much of that success thanks to the work of Natalie Spooner, the league's leading points scorer, of course, with 27.
Minnesota was in the conversation as the #1 team in the league most of the season. It wasn't until after the World Championships when they went on that streak.
Here comes Claire DeGeorge. She'll throw it on Campbell, turned aside Fleming. Tries to reach it first. Now Blair Turnbull, and this is where speed will be a factor. Blair Turnbull coming through, taking the middle, goes to the outside, draws attention, loses the puck. Malte there to collect. Shaking off Zumwinkle, moving it in close, and Turnbull just missing a chance. Knowles now another in front. Toronto doing all they can. Zumwinkle back out. Knowles gets a stick on it. Frizova. Open scoring here. He's working it along the near wall, approaching the final 5 minutes of the third period. Right now, Minnesota with a 2-1 lead. Game 5, this is it, a win, and you're on through to the PWHL finals.
And Minnesota doing a good job right now to defend. You know they're playing a simple game in terms of getting pucks in deep and staying above the puck.
And Jocelyn Larocque tries to get it out. Quick stick by Krizova, and another chance sends it back down. Less than 5 minutes now. And if Minnesota holds on, they are playing for the Walter Cup. And it would mean Boston would host the finals as well. They're the #3 seed at the end of the season. Miller out to Fast. Back to center ice. Oh, just looking to get set up here. Sophie Jakes with an easy rim around channel up to Cava. Cutting through is Rebecca Leslie. Now Flanagan. Time certainly seems on the side of Minnesota right now. Final 4 minutes approaching. Flanagan rims it around. Collision gets Howard all caught up. Leslie going for the centering feed. It's bounced off the glass. Chases on Monroe. Keeps it back for Toronto. She drives the action. Steals the puck around Minnesota. Going for a good clear. Not quite. Victoria Bach gets a stick on it. Out to Leslie. Backhand chance. Just to feed it into the low slot. Fast. Stopping Claire Bruderak. Final 3.5 minutes to go. Time winding down for Toronto. They need the equalizer. They want to keep their playoff hopes alive. Campbell still in net right now. And Grace Zumwinkle, she's going to come through, looks for the wraparound. It's taken away by Jessie Comfer. Chases on Turnbull. This is hero time. And Minnesota, solid once more, throws it back out. An icing call. The face-off circle, Toronto does win it. It's not clean, and Minnesota still getting their sticks on it. Not pulling Campbell just yet. Holding on, Toronto now. Chance there, Turnbull. Not quite the shot she wanted. The puck goes back down, it's iced.
Well, and there was her opportunity. Turnbull in the high slot, and a great pass from Emma Malte, but she just can't get anything on it. Good board work, good battle down low. Malte, who's been a pest all game, wins this puck, gets it out to Turnbull. She gets it off the toe.
So we regroup, back on the attack. Nurse wins that one, gets it out to Miller. Monroe, Flanagan looks for the lead. Chance down low, not quite. Nurse and Connors hovering behind the net. Nurse gets to it again. Forced to the outside, not where they want to be. Connors with the feed. It's kept in by Monroe, nearly. It's good, but a good hit as well. Disrupts that. We're approaching the final 2 minutes of regulation. A must-win game, a deciding game 5. The first in PWHL playoff history. Nurse can't connect with Miller. It's chipped in. Larocque Takes it back, feed out to Fast. She puts it down deep, Jessie Comfer. And go up to meet it, Michaela Cava. And that could have been a one-timer. Comfer was all set up. Malte Campbell has been pulled. Out on the ice now is Brittany Howard. Toronto looking for a chance here. 6-on-5. Howard to Turnbull. Right in front of loose puck. And this could be it. It's freed. It bounces out. Chases on Renata Fast. Final minute and a half to go. It is 6-on-5. Empty net. We're in the neutral zone. Toronto looking to hold on. They need a tying goal. They need another tying goal. They did it the first time, but Sophia Cunnin gets the net. And Minnesota feeling very secure in their playoff future with a 3-1 lead over Toronto.
Well, just absolutely huge for Minnesota, that empty net goal to give them that 3-1 edge. And Sophia Cunnin, who plays a fourth-line minutes, but she's been very good for this team throughout the course of this series. She finds the empty cage, puts her team up 3-1, and what has been a disappointing third period for Toronto.
You know, truly praise to the crowd out here at Coca-Cola Coliseum. Another sellout, 8,501 fans. And of course, they would have loved to cheer on their home team. And Toronto's going to keep the empty net. Why not? As they approach the final minute here, it is a must-win Game 5. And right now, Minnesota staring down a perfect reverse sweep. And it all started with battling back on home ice this past Monday. Victoria Bach, it is 6-on-5, back out to Fast, one-timer off the sticks in front. Miller throws it out, and LaRocque doing all she can. Fast trying to shake off the pressure from Krizova, but the time is winding down. It'll be an icing call to bring it all back to the Toronto zone. And with a chance now, Campbell still in net. Heisey's just going to keep the puck, and she's pushed off of him, but the time winding down. Toronto trying to break through. They were 6-on-5 when Sophia Cunnin got the empty netter, and now Taylor Heisey with her second goal of the game will completely stamp Minnesota's invite to the PWHL Finals. Absolute history in the making. And Taylor Heisey, she had a 2-goal night against Toronto in the regular season, finished the regular season with just 4 goals. And here she is tonight. You knew if she was going to get on the board, magic would happen for Minnesota, and that's exactly it. There's the insurance. Toronto will play it out and get a shot off the crowd. Still so proud of their team that finished the best in the PWHL.